We are blessed each and every Friday here on Morning Offering for the entire Annunciation Radio listening family with a conversation we call Get Real with Debbie G. It's Debbie Georgianni. It's Debbie Georgia N&I. Good morning to you, Debbie. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Ron and Dave. Yes, I'm doing great on this Friday in Lent. And it's so exciting to be journeying during this Lenten season with everyone at Annunciation Radio. And Get Real with Debbie G. Well, let's get real about forgiveness. It's a perfect time during this Lent to be able to look at ourselves and how much we are able to forgive, and not only to forgive ourselves, but forgive others, and really not just let things go, but to give it over to God. Ask God to step in and really heal our hearts. Ask Jesus to step in and really help us to forgive. Why? Because if we're going to make a transformation during this Lent, and that's what our Holy Father is saying, to listen more, to ask God, what he wants of us, to really, get that interior change inside of us. Well, if we have any walls, if we have any blocks of unforgiveness, it's going to prevent us from really having that really strong connection, especially in prayer. We talk about getting in a state of grace, staying in a state of grace, going to the sacrament of reconciliation several times during Lent to really put ourselves in that good spiritual place. But it's important that we start removing some of those walls that create these barriers for us and also keep us in this type of prison. But I know it's difficult. So one of the ways to do it is to ask Jesus to come in and fill the parts that we are missing by way of forgiveness for others and forgiveness for ourselves. So ask Jesus to come in very close to you and really help you through this. It's not going to be an overnight thing where you just wake up and say, "Oh, I forgive everybody. I love everybody." No, that's not necessarily like that. It's a process. It's a practice. But Jesus is willing to do that, to do the heavy lifting. And I just would encourage everybody to explore that today on this Friday of Lent and through the weekend to see what parts you're having trouble with by way of forgiveness, and ask Jesus to step in.
That's a great idea, because forgiveness is so difficult for really all of us. But it's one of those things that once you exercise it and you go to forgiveness frequently, it gets a lot easier.
Absolutely.
You start forgiving faults right off the bat.
Yeah. I work with Adam Bly, religious demonologist for the spirit world, and he says it really is a fantastic recipe for success in forgiveness. And he constantly will say that, in the work that he does, the exorcism work, that people land in purgatory because of the fact that they carry unforgiveness with them. And so in order to start practicing it on this side of the veil, Jesus is definitely more than willing to do that, like I said, the heavy lifting, but the heavy healing of that, and make it easier. So we do a little part of the forgiveness, like maybe just try to force ourselves to pray for those people that really hurt us, or, try to envision them in heaven, because that's what we should want, is for them to get to heaven, and then ask Jesus to come in and do the rest, because the pain of what they did, or whatever, or the trauma of what has occurred in the past, ask Jesus to help to heal all that, because that's the kind of stuff that's hard to forget.
Yeah, and that is the point, right? We're not minimizing in any way some of the difficulty of forgiving. And I love that you point that out, Debbie. It doesn't come all at once. Don't think that you're going to come before the throne of our Father in heaven and say to him, based on everything that Jesus did for me, I am ready to forgive, and it all happens in a singular moment. No, you're saying, I want to begin that process. I'm ready to begin that process, and the Lord will take you through that step by step, right?
Absolutely. But Adam Bly, when he was talking to a bunch of our listeners of the spirit world, he made it very clear that You really do have to ask Jesus to step in. I think oftentimes when we're trying to practice forgiveness, we say we're doing it ourselves. Okay, I can do this. I want to really show the Lord I can do this. But he said, no, it's actually, we say to the Lord, I can only do so much. I need you, Jesus, to come in, and you make up the difference. And so that statement really, really allows our Lord to really come in. And we have heard of miracles, absolute miracles of people doing that.
Love it. What a beautiful, appropriate conversation for this sacred season. Thank you very much, Debbie. Have a wonderful Friday, and thanks for this important conversation.
Thank you, guys. Take care.